Hello everyone, welcome back to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here discussing the Traitors US, Series 4, Episode 6. My name, don't talk, is Ben. Now you can talk.
Thank you.
I'm Lisa.
I was about to say Ben effing Andrews.
I'm a housewife.
No, you're not going to be defined as being a housewife.
No.
Because you had a career before the Housewives, and you have a career after the Housewives.
Mm-hmm. Traitor, star. As
a star of the Traitors, that's it. And future housewife. Hello, I'm Alex. I'm not a housewife either, I'm afraid, so I'm not that interesting. However, I do have a link tree, which is linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there it's got all the links to our social media and also ways you can watch and listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. If you are watching us, don't forget to comment underneath on the video, and if you want to, if you like, go on, do it. Anyway, it'll be fun. Follow us, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up just so it helps grow the show. And if you like the podcast, then obviously give us a 5-star review as well, and let people know why you gave us a 5-star review. And if you also like the podcast and you want to be super generous, just like Lisa effing Brenner, then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, which, as I say, helps with the show.
It does. We have, the Faithfuls this year are very money orientated, as they always are in American
American version. They're obsessed with money, aren't they?
Need the money. Natalie, Miss Money, is basically if you take a shield and forfeit money, we're gonna vote you off on this show. She thinks she's on Survivor still.
I know, it's a really
Faithful
weird thing,
or not,
wasn't it?
voting you off. We're going to do a Michael.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you are. If you define the,
if you
the
lose
collective of the
$1,000.
group. Yeah. If you defy what we've decided as a group to do. I feel like, to be fair, I have to say, I feel like they were bum rushed a little bit with the fact that, like, there was because like one or two just kind of said, well, we just won't go for the shield then. And Mora and Jam both kind of just looked at each other and went, oh, what? Hello, hang on, when did this consensus begin? And then that's when Tiffany piped up and said, I'm going to vote you off if you break the shield. Natalie, sorry. But I do think Natalie was joking.
No, she wasn't.
Do you think? I think she was having a bit of a joke. Yeah, but she was Miss Shield Penny, I feel like a few weeks ago. She was like, I must get a shield, I must get a shield, I must get a shield every blooming episode. And now she's like, I don't want a shield, I don't want a shield, I don't want a shield.
I didn't really understand when Mora was like, when Jam said he wanted the shield, she was like, well, that makes you a traitor. It's like, well, does it really make you a traitor?
Well,
people were just saying
that.
She did. She said that makes you a traitor.
No, she said that's what Natalie said. So she just reiterated Natalie's...
Roll back the tapes.
I will roll back the tape. And I don't think Mora did. I felt like Mora and Jam were in the same boat. They both kind of wanted to go for the shield.
I think they're just saying... These contestants are just saying things just to say stuff at the moment. They're just getting whatever sound bites they can around this busy table of personalities. Apart from Ron, of course.
Well, they're able to say stuff now because Michael Rapaport has gone. So they're able to come talk a bit more openly with one another. Although you wouldn't have known that at the beginning of the roundtable tonight when everyone just sat there quietly. Everyone was like, we better use our time up, guys, because, tick, tick, I've got to be banished soon. I've got a taxi waiting for me outside.
We opened up with no murder. So, no one took a shield on the last episode. So everyone was safe for murder.
I forgot this was the rule. I completely forgot.
That's been a whole week.
I know.
This is what happens.
I had short-term memory loss there.
So everyone get ready for lots of us remembering things from last week because it's been 7 days. But I can't remember what happened 7 days ago on episode 5.
I know. So what do you want us to do? Wait a week for another episode or something? What kind of madness is this? What is this? 1995? Come on, stream it straight away. No, we jest, of course. It's more fun and it's exciting.
No, I hate one a week. It's just stupid. It doesn't work.
I don't like one a week.
Traitors.
I must say, I prefer 2 or 3 a week, like what they do in the UK. But like in Canada, 1 a week, it feels a bit like, such a drawn out process. Let's just get on with it. Come on.
So we had lots of things going on this episode. We had Johnny stepping up to try and do something iconic and do a blindside vote off with a group. He was doing maths as his favourite subject, and he said, did you know that the group's so small now that you only need 8 votes? And it's like, Johnny, only 8 votes. That's a lot of people to group together, as we saw around this round table. It's like that's not a small enough group of people to do.
Johnny's annoyed me.
We only need 77% of the vote. Yeah, a landslide then.
It's so small. We need everyone but me to vote. Johnny really annoyed me with this because this was just a power play, wasn't it? It was just to try to get some kind of feeling of attention. Yeah, it was attention seeking. I'm sorry, but it felt like attention seeking. Yeah, because it wasn't like. And for Kristen to also then use as a reason to go for Colton within Johnny's group of starts 5 at the moment. He's only been able to convince 4 other people to join in with him. But for Kristen to use one of the reasons as being that basically Colton's trying to convince everyone to do this and the other in a group where Johnny's convinced 4 other people to vote in the same stride as he has, because he must be a faithful. It just doesn't wash with me.
Normally, like the blindside bits, you're kind of a bit like, you do get behind them because they're quite fun and exciting, but they normally happen at a point where it's like, this person's gone under the radar and we've all this evidence on them, so we can't possibly tell them what we're doing, and we're going to go for it, and it's our one chance. And it's like, you didn't really have that with Colton, really. There wasn't much for anyone to go on. Is it another case of, which seems to be the rule of this series, is they don't quite like Colton, so they've got rid of Michael, and now they're like, well, we don't particularly like Colton either, so shall we just group together and get rid of him too? Is it another one of those? Because there was a bit like that with Ron, I feel, as well. It's a bit like, group together. If you don't like someone, just vote them off, because it doesn't really matter in this game, because we're all getting paid more than the prize money, so let's just go do what we want.
Just if we don't like someone, we'll just vote them off. Ron cracks me up, because Ron literally is like a puppy that's been kicked and just looks at you. It's like he's just at the round table today, when he started one by one saying thank you to everyone,
saying his goodbyes.
Natalie, you're great and I love you. Dorinda, you're just an icon and I love you. Colton, you're a stand-up guy. Thank you.
I like how some of them he grouped into 3s, so they're not that important. It's like Maura, Kristen, you're good. It's like, oh, okay, so we've got some levels here. But he was saying his big goodbyes.
And I was waiting for him to say to someone like, and you're a bitch.
You're a traitor or something.
I don't like you, and that's it. But he never got to that point. But he was interrupted eventually, because people were just sick. It was like he had to go round, but 8, so half of 8, double 8 is 16, so 15 people, one by one, saying how much he loved them all. It's it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts.
And also on these roundtables, this series, the contestants like just leave people to talk, and they just talk amongst themselves. That happened again this one. Like, people just kept talking and saying, what do you think you're going to do then? Well, like, Colton's yelling at Lisa. They're all having their individual chats where they're not really bothered about what anyone else is saying. So it's all just a bit messy, a bit all over the place, and everyone's trying to do big iconic moves,
which is what you said at the top. Basically,
like,
people they've got to episode 5 now, and they realised we've not had the attention that clearly Michael Rapaport has got to this point, so we need to find means to get the camera time now on us. And Johnny's is, let's start a band of people who can all vote together in a clique.
Played that too early. Way too early. 3 episodes too early.
The fact he played it at all makes me angry, because it's just so stupid, because how can you be so 100% certain?
And the fact that he's wrong doesn't help either.
Because he tried to bring in Rob into the group as well. But he's like so certain that like these people are so honest and so genuine that they like would be like faithful, and they would all vote together on the merit that Johnny said so. It's like, oh, shut up, Johnny. Go to Tara and do what you do with Tara, like kiss each other and practice for the other boys, but just like don't mess around. It's just silly. I'm sorry.
I like Johnny.
Well, I don't hate Johnny. It's just I think this is silly. This is silly.
No, it was a silly move. It didn't amount to anything, and it was just a bit. I just say he should have saved it and did it in 3 episodes' time, when he had some real decent evidence on someone like Rob R or something. A blindside on him. That would have been fun and good, but this one it didn't quite work. But Colton does have, you said it last week, he has a face, a smug certain face that you just sort of look at him and you just...
Who, Colton?
Yeah, you just want to attack.
He just looks at you with like almost, it's almost like anger, but at the same time sympathy.
Yeah. You can just imagine him at school, can't you? And like he would wind someone up and stare at them and wait for them to punch him, and then he'll be like, Miss, did you see that? And it's like, oh, you just wound someone up for about 72 hours and now you're getting upset. He's Marmite figure, shall we say.
Marmite, oh, hang on, because a lot of American listeners not get that reference. Marmite is a spread, which is delicious. But,
I don't like it.
And that's the mean to the quote.
What's the catchphrase?
You either love it or you hate it.
That's what it's Colton's faces.
I love Marmite. If you can get yourself a jar of Marmite in America... Enjoy.
They might have it in America, you don't know.
I don't think they do. They have Vegemite. They do have Vegemite.
I can smell Marmite now. How weird's that?
Lucky you. I've got a jar in the cupboard. I'm tempted to run off, get one and stick my finger in and leet it in front of the camera for people to watch.
I don't like it. So
Marmite's delicious.
Yeah, that's what Johnny was planning to do this episode. He was doing that. He was going after Colton. Colton also trying to play some power moves with Lisa. But he, with his face, his smug face, thought he was so brilliant. He said, can I have a little word with you next to the fire? And he was doing this weird thing of, I know you're a traitor. So I'm going to hold you hostage.
Hostage was a weird term for me for him to use, because it's not hostage. It's a negotiation. It's a deal that he was making, which was that if he protects her, then she will protect him to the final. On the promise also in Colton's mind that once a traitor's gone, that he would then be recruited because they worked together outside of this, in this alliance. So at least Colton is outright. We've said this in the game before. People deliberately ride the coattails of a traitor knowing that they can get further for it. At least Colton outright is saying, I want to do that, so let me do it. But then as soon as he got to the round table and he saw that the wind was blowing in his direction of accusations, he suddenly then just betrayed his own plan and then started going for Lisa.
I mean, that plan wasn't going to work anyway, because he'd already said Lisa's name the night before, and that had gotten back to her.
Yes.
So she's not going to trust him anyway.
Yeah.
And now even less so. So it's she did her best soap acting.
It was great acting, I must say. I'm not surprised.
I'm a faithful, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Who, me? A traitor? Lisa Renner? No.
So all of these things were going on before the banishment table, and then when it came to the banishment, it was Ron who was just played chess with Rob, and they became friends.
Were they playing chess? There was some suspicious moves I was watching. They were literally just moving things and talking to each other.
It is really depressing.
And also, how many games of chess have you seen end within like 2 minutes? Unless you're like absolute super professional.
Oh. It is really depressing to see the clips of Ron, like when they're all having their dinners.
He's on his own.
He's always on his own. They're always in little groups in different rooms, and then it cuts to Ron just on a sofa on his own in this huge empty living room with a fire. And it's just like, why? It's just because you think he's a traitor. Like, do you not think they were being a bit weird and harsh with him?
They were singling him out big
like
time.
really oddly, and I didn't like it. And he's so sweet and nice.
What made it nastier was that Ron was very open and honest, like a couple of episodes ago, to say to people that like he's not a particularly very open, confident person. Though he's got this persona on television where he's he's quite over the top and silly. In real life, he's very quiet and he only trusts certain people. And then not only do they throw that back at him with the whole Donna accusation, again, it's like, wow, you defended Donna and she ended up being a traitor. And he was like, that's because she was my friend. And then they started, and they just keep bringing up the fact that this is what I mean. He doesn't help himself, because he then starts going around and being like a bit pity me, doesn't he? He's like, oh, woe is me. A bit like Eeyore the donkey, as you said. I think you've used this reference before. He's like, oh, woe is me. I've lost my tail again. Better go off to the kitchen to find it.
He was right, though, because they were doing that to him. So, to be fair to him, he wasn't exactly making it up. They were doing that to him. So,
my favourite line of all time is when he said, like, you write my name down. Because I'm such a good traitor, I will sacrifice myself to the party. I'd like to thank you, Portia, for being here. And I'd like to thank you, Candace, for doing this. It's like, then that's when he went off on one.
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable viewing. But Rob R., like you said, we had his bit with him and he became quite close and he kind of understood him, and he said that to the two traitors. He said, oh, I'm not going to go for him actually, because I've spoken to him. He's a nice guy, and he's got Colton, who he's kind of using as his like bro / someone he can trust in. So it was difficult for him around the round table.
Yes, because the accusations were basically at two people who he has openly said to the group that he is friends with. So if he had voted for Ron or Colton, it would have looked quite suspicious that he was kind of joining in, and would that be traitorous behaviour? So I think he did the right thing for not voting for them. It's just unfortunate for him that the only option left to him was Lisa. And because of his vote, it put Lisa in a very tight situation, because she had the second, by only one vote, she escaped the banishment, for Ron getting it ultimately in the end.
I mean, this also kind of showed to me, like, having two housewives be traitors doesn't make the best show, because, like, what Rob did, he had to vote for Lisa because of what he'd said publicly about the other two options. But they've both housewives and traitors have both taken it extremely personal, because there's this weird rule where housewives don't go against housewives. And it's like having the two housewives, I don't know, it's like it's on the edge of the game almost breaking.
Yes.
Because I feel like one of them is going to do or say something stupid that would just break the whole game. And it's a bit like, there's no clever play here.
Well, first of all, let's completely make it a rule in the next series that housewives can go for other housewives, because it's historic that on this program, housewives deliberately don't vote for someone, even if they're 100% sure they're a traitor, purely based on, well, you're a housewife, so I can't vote for you. And it ruins the game for me.
It does. It's so much
ridiculous.
talk of it, isn't it? It's like, well, you're a housewife, so I'm not doing it. It's just like, well, so what?
And Lisa did vote for a house. You know, she voted for...
She broke that big rule.
And she broke the big rule. And at the time, I remember championing that. I was like, good, I'm glad Lisa did that, actually. I'm pleased for that, because it actually makes it a game. It makes everyone equal. Everyone's on the same footing. And yes, you can make friends along the way. But at the beginning of the game, which is where she did vote for a housewife, it doesn't matter. Just because you've been on the same TV program, that's ridiculous. It's such a stupid thing to make an alliance over. And then, you know, Natalie brought it up. It's like, well, I would never vote for a fellow Survivor player. But Tiffany voted and went for a fellow game player. Well, she should, because she had a true and strong belief that they were a traitor. But unfortunately for Lisa, for me gushing over that I'm glad Lisa did it, that is something that the people are now bringing against her, which is another reason why you should make it a rule from the beginning that housewives can go for other housewives, because then Lisa wouldn't be having it put against her as a reason for why she's a traitor.
Well,
it makes me mad.
If it keeps going the way it does, it's going to be so obvious that Lisa's a traitor that they're going to have to. And I think Dorinda will, because she's already kind of had Rob in her ear and she's sort of agreeing that she's not quite who she said that she is. But it depends if Candice will break, because it's going to look so obvious if she refuses to do it, if it's really obvious that Lisa's a traitor. Because already around this round table, the way she was sticking up for Lisa and refusing to even discuss it was if I was around that round table as one of the gamers, I would have clocked something a bit suspicious between those
But it's
two.
not suspicious, is it? Because it's an unspoken rule that housewives always support housewives. So that's why having two housewives as traitors has actually made a position of strength even stronger for them, because it doesn't look that weird.
But they're not very good at the game, so you say it's a strength, but
it's a strength.
It's a strength, but also isn't a strength in a weird way, because they get blindsided by their rage and their bravo-ness, their bravo universe. It just, I don't know, it just all goes a bit weird. Because what Rob did, he didn't go for Lisa. He just voted for her because it looks the most faithful.
Oh, and he said he was convinced by Colton and what Natalie said, which was about the whole voting for housewife, and it didn't sit well with Natalie, and it kind of.
And she didn't get voted out, so it's like
she was close though, wasn't she? Yeah. So did Candice throwing half a biscuit? Sorry, Candice.
We've learned.
We read the comments. We read your comments. Don't you worry. Did Candice? I'm sure I'll be told I'm saying Tara wrong today. Did Candice? Did it warrant her throwing half a biscuit at Rob later whilst she was... That's like top-notch anger, isn't it? It's like...
I think it was a bonbon, actually, not a biscuit.
Was it? Not Skittle. Crunch.
I want to see what there's white... Is it marshmallows in that other tub? It's like white... They look like cotton wool pads they keep eating. I'm assuming they're marshmallows.
Well, I hope they're marshmallows and not cotton wool pads.
Same. They keep diving into there, and Candice refused Rob entry. She said, "You're not allowed them because I'm angry at you."
I think Candice is right to refuse entry for that. But yeah, she did. So she stopped. She put her hand
no
over
sweets
it.
for
no
you.
Sweets. You've been a bad naughty boy. Yeah, but as you said, Lisa is being watched. Dorinda has been given the secret assignment by Colton to keep an eye on her, and Colton also said that he was very happy and very pleased that he finally saw the real Lisa. And that she's now playing and fighting the game, and he felt uneasy because she was being so quiet, and Lisa was like, "No, this is just me." Now, but then when
she then was behind the bar and did become the Lisa, the housewife we all know, he looked scared and red faced and all bashful, and it's like, "Oh, okay, here we go, Colton. You've wound her up. You got what you wanted, and now
be careful what you wish for, Colton. Be careful what you wish for."
So we have a banquet to talk about and the twist with the brooch. But we do have to speak about Ron, who was banished. Bless him. So after this quick ad break, we will talk about him. Okay, right. Our Ron, probably for the best, for his own
sanity.
His own mind, eternity. He was banished from the show. So,
what's your name and where do you come from?
Ron. Where do you know him from? He's a comedian.
I know him from that show we watch on Apple TV.
Loot.
Thank you. I forgot the name, which is very good, by the way. I recommend
Ron is a comedian and an actor. He showed off his comedic chops in the NBC sitcom Undateable.
Ooh.
And also lent his voice to characters in BoJack Horseman, The Adventures of Puss in Boots, Harley Quinn, Trolls, and Inside Out 2. Oh.
That's insane.
He was one of the panelists featured on the game show Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity?
Yes.
Nothing about Loot on here. This is the guy from Loot, isn't it?
It is the guy
Well, why is it not written on his thing, his fact
Well, because
file?
it's a fact file written by NBC, so they're probably going to do anything that's made by Universal or NBC as these are the shows he's been on.
Well, he's in all the series of Loot, everyone. He's a main character.
All 2 of them.
3? There's
Two.
3 of them now.
There's 2. No, they've not made a... Well, they've
Yes,
made...
they have. We've watched 3 series.
We've
on
watched...
it. Right, I'm looking it up. Everyone, Loot.
While Ben's looking up how many series of Loot there's been, unless they've... No, there's been
3
3
seasons,
Okay,
thank
I
you.
apologise. All 3 of them. There you go. I reversed my joke.
So I'm best.
You are the
So, yeah,
best.
Ron's gone. I liked Ron. He was sweet, but I think it was his time because everyone was being horrible to him. So, like,
Again, they needed
Just
it
end the
for
misery.
clarity. It was all for clarity, really. Let's be honest with you, because everyone was saying it's not Ron, it's definitely not Ron, it's definitely not Ron, and then they voted for him anyway. And so, yeah, it was all about clarity and making sure that they. I think with Ron gone, it's now almost a reset button, and they can now think properly.
he's got Apple TV money. He's fine. He's all right. He doesn't need the
Yeah.
prize money.
Tim Apple, I'm sure he's rolling in it. Good old
He's all
Tim.
good. So after the banishment, Alan Cumming arrived and said, "This isn't the end of the night. There's also a big banquet happening."
Yes.
And then we flashed back to the night before with the traitors in the turret who were told they're not going to murder,
Yes.
but they were told that one of you will have a brooch. I mean,
Secret brooch.
this is very sort of like, and one of you has to pick to wear it. And it's like, well, it's not going to be Ron, is it? Rob. It's not going to be Rob who's got a brooch on him.
I mean, he could get away with it, I reckon.
Yeah, but it's like if you
looked
appeared
obvious, though. It
in the
would
bank.
look obvious,
Although,
yeah.
actually, seeing the trailer for next week, the outfits,
Colton.
I think he could have got away with them.
Bloody
because
Colton.
all the outfits were ridiculous, quite frankly. And I can't wait to look at them and review them next week.
I think someone needs to say to Colton that sometimes it's okay to say no.
More is better.
Well, less is more,
More pearls.
some might say.
He had a pearl necklace on and he was loving it.
I feel like there's going to be a mini joke about the pearl
Yes.
necklace.
That was a gay
By
joke.
us,
Gay joke,
basically.
everyone. Hello. Colton's gay.
I think everyone knows what a pearl necklace is.
No, but no one knows that Colton's gay because he keeps telling us, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's why he's got a pearl necklace on.
Every
So-
now and then I forget that Colton's gay. It's because it's on only once a week. So I forget from
True.
the last time he said it.
We need to be reminded. He was putting his pearl tie on his Instagram the other day. He's like, you can buy it here with my affiliate
we
link."
did
And it's
click
like
it. Look.
$6.99. It's like, okay.
We were tempted. We did say it was like if it wasn't coming from America, so shipping and taxes
Yeah.
and
Tariffs.
and all that god awful stuff, then we would have considered because we said to each other, we said, should we buy one each and just wear
They're
it?
so
on
cheap.
Wednesday?"
No, Colton was so
I
cheap.
want a tiny little Colton tie.
So they had the brooch that basically at the banquet, the person they want to murder has to sort of stroke the jewel.
They have to touch it. There was no implication to say it had to be touched in a
Oh, that's
certain
nice.
way.
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, so it'd be like, that's a nice brooch.
That's nice costume jewellery.
Would you like to touch it?
It's got NBC branded on the back of
Yeah.
it. So Lisa was the one saying, I'll
QVC.
take this. Yeah, QVC. It's probably one of Joan Rivers' old jewelleries.
It's fabulous.
Joan Rivers would have been good on the Traitors.
Joan
US.
Rivers would have been outstanding on the Traitors.
Maybe Melissa can do it, her daughter.
May she rest in peace. Not Melissa. Jane.
Yeah. So Lisa took the mantle because obviously at that time she was on the kill Colton theory, and she's obviously after the banishment, she's still on the I'm going to kill Colton, even though it will look obvious. She doesn't seem to care because she's a housewife.
She's had enough of Colton, hasn't she? She just wants him gone, which is so insane. It's so insane. And I'm surprised the group haven't even brought up the fact that it looked like traitor on traitor as well.
Yeah, and I think that will eventually.
Yeah.
Although if she murders Colton, it will prove that he's faithful. So it's just a stupid move, but she's doing it to let Lisa do what she wants.
Listen, it's Lisa.
It's Lisa's world.
Lisa's world.
Lisa
We just
fucking
live in
Renner's
it.
world.
We just live in it.
Just about. So she's got the jewelry, and she needs to get someone to touch it at some point
The brooch.
during the big banquet when everyone has
Need
their
to be careful with your
ridiculous
words here.
outfits on. And Natalie's
We're gonna get
outfit is,
cancelled.
yeah, well, it's fine. Natalie's outfit this episode was really odd. It looked like she was a Marvel superhero.
Catwoman.
And it's like, where did this come
She
from?
looked like Catwoman with all the
And that was
zips.
before the banquet. So I don't know what her banquet outfit's going to look like, to be quite honest.
Look, we don't normally talk about what they show as the preview for the last episode, but can we just quickly talk about the last shot where
I
you saw
know.
two people running out? It's like, right, they're going to fight. It's like, what was
I know, I
that?
tried to rewind it. I think it was Tara and someone else. I don't know what was
Oh.
going on. Who was fighting? It was like a housewives reunion, so it's all getting very messy around this thing. So I think Alan Cumming is gonna say one of you have just been murdered and you're gonna die now. I think.
Oh, I hope it's not going to be like that the Squid Games Netflix game when one of them then pretends to die.
Why?
Because it's stupid and it makes
act.
Well, then Lisa effing Renner should do it to herself because we know she's a top class.
Do you think she's going to get Colton to stroke her jewels or not? Or is it going to be too difficult and she's going to have to just eventually just get someone else to do it?
I mean, I don't think Colton would trust touching anything of Lisa's.
Johnny said don't touch anything. That was his one thing when he said when they announced there was a banquet. He said nobody touch anything.
And his his metaphor for life. Just don't touch anything.
I mean, we do know last series, Ekin Sue had a similar thing.
Ekin Boo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, she had a similar thing, a Love Island UK contestant. So Maura, Love Island UK contestant.
I don't think Rob would allow it to happen.
Watch out.
Rob and Maura have a very, very good relationship. It was even brought up again tonight, and I don't think Rob would allow it. Although
there's no choice.
Lisa could do it out of spite. Yeah, out of spite, she could just look. I would love to see her to get Maura to like touch the jewel, and then her just staring at Rob the whole time and grinning. Like,
what if Dorinda in a drunken haze at the banquet?
What about Dorinda?
In a drunken haze with a glass of wine. What if she accidentally goes, "Oh, this is nice, Lisa," and touches it without even being asked? Well, that could happen because they're all the housewives. Yeah. I think Dorinda might accidentally kill herself, which will be a perfect story for her.
And iconic, yeah. That would be iconic for Dorinda. Out first murder in the last episode, accidentally killed herself in the second series she was in.
I mean, I could see that happening. I could see someone accidentally looking at it, being like, "Oh, Lisa, why are you wearing this?" Like, because it might. I'm assuming they're quite wealthy, the housewives. They're used to high quality jewelry. I'm assuming this brooch isn't high quality. It's just costume jewelry.
You? This is NBC Universal money.
It might stick out like a sore thumb, and someone's going to be like, "Well, what's this, Lisa? I thought you were better than this." And Dorinda's then dead. So
I can 100% see Dorinda doing that.
I'd be sad because Dorinda's my favourite. I've really grown to love her.
I love Dorinda.
She's like the nice, calm, sensible housewife.
And she feels
that's
different.
Saying a lot.
She
that's
does.
saying a lot.
And she's and honestly, I think she's accepting of like talking about the housewives behind their backs.
She's got experience.
Yeah. She does. She knows she can't trust a housewife because she got murdered by a housewife in the first time she was on. So Dorinda knows better than to play that card.
So maybe that will be a...
I can't honestly see a way of how... I can't see a way of Lisa doing it. Like how she's going to be like... Someone's going to compliment it, aren't they? And if Lisa sees it as an opportunity, then she will probably just take it. So I don't think they're going to choose someone out of that's someone we definitely need to get rid of. I really don't.
No, because we have also on the previous series of another series of Traitors, we're not going to go into specifics, but something very similar to this has happened. And the person who had to do this had to do it to someone very close to them because it was the only way to do it. So, housewife.
I'm trying to think which series you're talking about. I think I do know.
Celebrity.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay,
good. But yeah, so I think, I don't know.
Chatty man.
I don't...
That's a very elusive clue.
I suppose. It's the American series, so a lot of Americans probably won't get that reference. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't, there's no way to predict this.
Colton's
there's no way whatsoever to predict
He'll be
this.
too worried. He'll stay on the opposite side of the other side of the table from her. So.
I don't know. Look, whenever they do like a dinner in the UK version, it's normally a moment where everyone talks about what they're going to spend the money on, and normally it's very heartfelt. And
this one ends in a fight.
Well, I can't help but think that the American version, that's not going to happen because first of all, they're probably all well enough to not really need to worry about like the kidney of their mother's mother. You know what I mean? It's all so this, that, and the other. Although medical bills are very high in America.
Tiffany needed the money, and she's gone.
Tiffany did need the money. So that's why they should have kept Tiffany in, so she could have had a sob story. So they could have all dabbed to the corner of their eyes for tears.
It's too early for the sob stories.
But this is what the dinner is for. This is the Letters from Home episode in the UK version.
Not in America, it's not.
Well, this is what I mean.
The housewives fighting over the table episode.
Americans are much more, I don't know, dead. Dead to each other. Although they're like the much more chummy, kind of huggy, hummy, chummy kind of people. On a reality show, they're nothing like that.
There'll be another there will be a sob story episode towards the end. Episode 10. Episode 9. We'll get it then.
Well, I look forward to those. But yeah, so I don't feel like this dinner table is going to be, or the banquet's going to be anything too nicey. It looks like it's going down the road of...
Who's your prediction then of Lisa targeting and getting? Or
I can't. I've already said I cannot make a prediction.
You can't even predict.
I can't predict it because I just don't know Throwing names at me isn't going to make me suddenly go, yes, Kristen. No, nothing can be predicted with this. There's no way you can predict who Lisa will go for. Because
I can predict it won't be Mark.
Okay, well,
I
it's
don't
probably gonna be
imagine
Mark,
him.
then, 'cause you
I
always get it
don't
wrong.
imagine him touching the jewels.
Well, okay, if you're going to predict someone who it won't be, I don't think it'll be Stephen. Because Stephen will just be a shadow in the corner that no one will know
He's never
there.
there, is he?
Yeah, never there.
Although he's
Never
one
there.
of Johnny's 8, so
It's not Johnny's 8 yet. It's Johnny 5, as in
soon
Short
to be
Circuit.
8.
Johnny 5 coming alive. Johnny's 5.
Well,
Johnny's 8. For God's
you
sake,
know
Johnny.
what? You know what? People can get in touch with us and let us know who they think is going to be.
Right.
Maura was on a show, that Andy Colton show, whatever it is, and she hinted that there may be a love interest moment with her and Rob, so maybe they're in it a bit longer.
That's like saying water's wet. Of course,
No,
that's
but what
happening.
I'm saying is, look beyond what she's saying is, if there's a love story to be had, that means they're on a few more episodes yet. So maybe those two are safe.
Yeah, but we've seen before when someone trusts someone they love on a quite recent series of The Traitors, and then they got their heart broken. But ultimately, they were okay. But
people can let us know.
they were also at the stock market. Did you see those videos?
No.
Yes, the whole cast were at the New York Stock Exchange closing.
Was the whole cast there? Were people missing?
Michael Rappaport was missing.
Was Colton
Despite he lives in New York.
There's rumours he's not going to turn up to the reunion.
Who, Colton?
Because people
Colton?
Yeah.
Why?
Because contestants keep putting like things on their Instagram, like slightly like hinting towards they don't like him. Apparently, this is just what I see online. Everyone, okay?
Oh, what's Colton
I'm
done?
just here to give.
Other than what we know already.
Well, I think that's what it is. I think everyone's doing the let's distance ourselves from Colton.
Oh, I see. So
stick.
when they went on the show, they didn't know all this bits. They must have known about it before, surely.
Maybe that's why they want to get him off now. Probably they got Michael, now they're getting him.
That's true. They're getting rid of the problematic characters on the show.
queens.
Yes, but they were like ourselves. But they were at the New York Stock Exchange and they closed the market by ringing that big bell.
How random.
It was random, but I quite enjoyed the fact that they had reality TV stars. You know,
so what's there for?
don't forget New York Stock Exchange. If you need two gays who host a podcast,
Colton and Michael, they're
there's
free.
always Colton and Michael. Can you imagine if Colton and Michael start a relationship?
No, right.
Michael,
People can get in touch
late-stage
with
gay.
us and let us
Michael
know
Rappaport is gay.
who they think is going. How can they do so?
They go to our link tree, linktr.e/faithful2, and on there you've got all the links to our social media where you can get in touch with us directly and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, all of them. And you can watch and listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. If you do watch us, you can comment underneath underneath the video. You can. That's something you can do. You know
It's
that,
a lot
don't you?
easier than going to the link tree.
Well, no, you have to go to the link tree to find those links.
Unless you're watching
comment
it,
underneath.
well, you're watching it right now. You can literally
Well, if you're
comment
listening
on what
to it,
you're.
so now you're on your phone, you're going.
Yeah, you can
Link
comment
tree.
on Spotify.
So then they can listen it in stereo because they'll hear the video playing at the same time as the podcast.
Okay.
Audio. Yeah, I see you, Ben.
I hope the fuck they didn't.
What else can you do? Oh, subscribe, follow us. Come on, follow us, because we don't just do this. We do lots of different programs, and if you follow us, you can follow us on all the different programs we do. And also,
American
scroll
American listeners who are doing this, do you want us to do House of Villains?
Oh yes, so we saw a trailer. We saw a trailer for the House of Villains, and it did look weirdly fun.
We need to ask on this because it's the American fans listen to this one. So do you want us to cover that? Will it be good or not? We know Tiffany on it.
And we know Kate. And we know
Kate.
Kate.
Oh, Kate. Yeah, from the Traitors.
Kate, I found a letter.
We wondered what she was doing this year, and it wasn't the Traitors.
And
it was
the
House of
guy,
Villains.
the crazy one from the last series of the US Traitors.
Oh yeah, Tom. Skovanov, whatever his name is.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. And it's hosted by Joel McHale from the Soup fame.
So that's a possibility. Let us know if you'd like us
And
to cover that or
Community.
not.
Yeah, so yeah, do that.
We have no idea about it, but
It looks
we
funny.
Can cover it.
Yeah,
So
why
let us
not?
know.
It'll be a little check on our mark. What else can you do? Go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful. Well, you interrupted me, and you
Well,
give us
it's been
£5
taken-
one-off or monthly donation. Now I've finished. You can go.
This is taking you nearly 4 minutes to say just go to our link tree. Thank you.
You
Right,
were
everyone,
supposed
we'll be back next week
Yes,
to
hello.
discuss the banquet and the outfits, most importantly, and then whoever touches Lisa's jewels.
Ooh.
Wink. So
Very
until
Benny
then,
Hill, that comment, isn't it?
we'll see you next time. Goodbye and stay faithful.